If it looks like I'm just up, that's because I am just up. Just woke up there. I wanted to start this video early because this year it's not snowed yet. And usually, for me anyway, where I live, it snows just before December. But today, we've seen ice for a change. So that's all the roads almost covered, but that's the pavements covered, drive covered in snow. I park my car on the side of the house just because there's been a few occurrences. And how weird is that? So this side of my windshield is fine, and just this one side up here is just ice. The icy weather starting to come in now. But hopefully it's not going to be as bad because there's been a few years where it is quite bad. But in this video I'm going to be getting rid of my ST badge and put in a logo on the back of my car because I've had an ST badge on my car for, I'd say, 2 months after I got the car, but all the stuff that I buy for my car is from qiuck. I'm going to put these two under my bed. I keep needing to do this, but it's just because I was actually looking at if I can do the decap myself, which I'll struggle with, so I will definitely need to go somewhere and get that done. I'm going to put this under the bed. The last time you've seen it, I had an ST line badge, but now I've made it, I bought myself an actual ST badge and stuck that onto the front of the car. I'm going to take that off because there's been times, because obviously my car's louder. I've got a video going up later on that's about what's happening in this year and what's coming next. So I'm going to upload that. But as of right now, that video is up first and then this one will be up second, even though I wanted it to be this one first. But anyway, so I'm going to take the ST badge off my car, take it off the front completely so there's no badge, take the ST off the back and put this onto the back. Because this is the one place that I go for all my car stuff. So, went into my engine bay, the dual air feed that is on the ST lines and all that, I just try to take that off so that I can spray paint it red to match with all the rest of my stuff. And in doing so, I managed to bruise myself under the nail and rip half my skin off. But I've got it off and I managed to get it painted. So right now, it's been a few hours, I've painted it twice with the white primer. Then I've got this red stuff. Don't know if it's heat resistant, I have no clue, but I'm going to spray paint it with the red and then I'm going to put some primer on it, or the lacquer or whatever you call it, and then I'll put that back on. But I don't think I'm going to get that done today, but I'll show you the process so far. During that I'm going to try and put the qiuck badge on. I'm not going to wash the whole car because I'm not going to be driving today. As you can see, I've got the dual air feed off here, so there should be like a thing here. I'm also going to take this ST badge off. So there will be a hole in my grill, but I don't really care about that, so I'm going to try and find a way of cutting that zip tie. I'm going to take the ST badge off this and put the qiuck one on and leave the Miltech one because I've got a straight pipe. Basically, I was spray painting the bit on this towel and put it up on that dryer. You probably can't see because of the sun, so that I can keep it outside so it dries because I was spray painting it. And it rained last night, hence why it's all frosty. But here's the, I wouldn't say finished result, but here is so far a result. So that secondary pipe just sits like that, and I'm going to look at it for a minute, see if it's alright. It is a bit wet here and there, but and I'll see if it's ready for the red paint. So, and this red paint, you need to have it to be room temperature in order to use it. It's currently been sitting outside in a shed that is probably -10 degrees. Definitely need to warm this up. As of right now, I've got the paint sitting. It's just this quick colour multi-surface paint, but whether it's heat resistant beats me. But I do check my engine bay every couple of days, but if it's something like this, I'll check it like every couple of times a day. So we'll wait and see. I'll wait until this gets a bit warmer, then I'll do the spray paint. Okay, I'll leave that out here for about 5 minutes and then I'll put it into the shed where it's really cold and wait for a bit. I'm going to keep this inside because I'm going to be using that today. I've got it resting on this brush, so hopefully the sun, like there's small wee bits like here, but this is going to be like the first coat, but I've drenched it, so hopefully it will be dry. I've put a timer for 5 minutes and then I'll put it in the shed, but so far it looks alright. So right now it's just a case of keeping this warm or room temperature, which it kind of is now. I'll wait till that dries. I've got a timer on for 5 minutes just to check up on it, then I'll put it in the shed and leave it probably about an hour. 1:45 was the last time I filmed because I was waiting for the paint to dry. It's currently 1:30 right now, so it's probably just been about 45 minutes, so I'm going to take it out of the shed, do another coat. I'll see if it looks dry enough to do another coat, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so right now it's kind of okay, but parts here are still very sticky, so I think I'm just going to give this another coat and try my best, but because it's been in the shed, there is a bit of peeling here and a couple of bits down here. But overall, I think I might just give this another coat and then wait until a few hours and then see what happens from there. Don't think I'll video it because it's just simple as spraying it and then putting it back in the shed. So, back in a minute. Okay, so I've gave it another coat. I've trimmed it in spray paint, but not enough to the point where it's dripping. So, I managed to forget a couple of areas where when you look in the engine bay, that's like the bit I want the best looking, and like any underside that you don't see much, I don't really care about, but I've painted as much as I can, filled in all the areas, so I'm going to leave that. It's currently now almost 25 to 2. I'll leave that until about 3-4 o'clock, and then I will look at it, and if it looks okay, then I will lacquer it, but it says it's bone dry in 20 minutes, but for a full 24 hours, so I might leave it for 2-3 hours, and then lacquer it, then leave that to go. As of right now, it is time to take off the ST badge and put the car enhancements logo on the back. So I just don't know how I'm going to do this badge at the front because it's got a zip tie, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so I've got two ideas in mind. Take the ST badge off the front grille. I'm either going to use a very hot flat screwdriver and pierce it. If that doesn't work, I've got snips. The car's facing forward, so I can do that at the back and mount this with a tripod at kind of a corner where I stay, so everyone can kind of see everything. ST badge, I'm going to try and get the hot flat knife and just pierce it and try to get it off like this, but I don't know if the snips will actually work, so I can maybe just do this quickly. I'll be 2 seconds. So let's see if this works. And would you believe that just worked first time? So while I was setting up my camera, I thought it's got enough space, and literally it comes out. So I will need to take it from this bit, so I'll see if I can do this with while holding the camera. Yeah, so got this bit off, and then I can just, I'm doing this all with one hand, so give me a break. There we go. So I am left with a hole, but if I'm being honest, I don't care. Got the ST badge off, so now the front is back to normal, which I did like it at the time, but right now it's probably the best to keep it off like that for the next stuff that's going on. Now to turn the car around and do the back. Okay, let's see how this goes. Said loud. Let's try and get this badge off. I'm going to try and keep this where it is and just have the qiuck. If I got it in my pocket, no, that's how good of a YouTuber I am. I put a few badges on and left them for a while. It is an absolute nightmare to get off. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I might just need to try and get a credit card or some sort of card and just try and take it off and see what happens, but yeah. And that's what happened with the spray paint. Looks like a murder scene. So I just realised, now that I'm actually trying this, this has just came off. So yeah, if I was going like 70 mile an hour, this would have just flew off. So yeah, don't recommend doing that. With a badge like this, where it's holding on the inside, don't recommend it. It doesn't look like much, but I've been doing this for like 10 minutes now. So I'll try and get most of that off, clean it off and dry it, and then I will stick the CE UK badge, which I've not got it with me. Never mind, I have. And it'll look something like this, which I'd rather that. So yeah, I'm going to clean it off and I'll get back to you. I've dried it and took more off, then dried it again. I put the badge thing on because it was just a case of peel it and stick it. So here's the final result. It's not it's on a wee bit, but I still need to put pressure on it. But so far, that's what it looks like. I think that looks much better than the ST because it's not an ST. It was cool at the time, but yeah. Okay, the car's started and it's really loud. You can probably already hear it from here, but my neighbours have just looked out the window, so it's probably a bit too loud just now, so I might just wait until later on today. Okay, you probably can't see me, but I'm going to start the car up and give it one rev, just for like a YOLO. That's all I wanted to do. I kind of got carried away at the start because I went to do my ST badge and then I went to paint my thing. It'll be different. I'll be painting my air pipe and then my ST badge instead of doing the ST badge first because I got kind of carried away. All that'll be in it. I'll try and make it as short as I can. Hopefully I'll enjoy and I will see you in the next video whenever that is. So yeah, take it easy.